Welcome to our channel, where today we're diving deep into one of the most chilling and unexplained events in British history, an eerie tale known as the Devil's Footprints. Picture this. It's a cold winter morning in February of 1855, and the people of Devon, England awaken to a strange and unsettling scene. Fresh snow blankets the countryside, yet it's marred by a bizarre set of footprints, hoof-like impressions that stretch for over 100 miles, passing over rooftops, haystacks, and even crossing rivers. These mysterious tracks seem to defy logic, as if something or someone walked straight through anything in its path. Fear and speculation took hold of the village, with whispers of the devil's visit and strange occurrences haunting their otherwise peaceful town. Theories abounded, from escaped exotic animals to supernatural forces. Yet none could explain how these prints covered such impossible distances or how they appeared seemingly overnight. In this story, we'll uncover the mystery step by step, as huntsmen attempted to track the creature. Scientists tried to offer logical explanations, and the villagers themselves fell deeper into fear and superstition. Was this the work of a devil, a prank, or something beyond human understanding? From midnight vigils to strange rituals, the tale of the Devil's Footprints takes us into the heart of fear, faith, and the unknown. Join us as we unravel this 10-part journey into the past, where every chapter reveals a new layer to the mystery. What really left those strange tracks in the snow? And why has it remained one of history's most perplexing and chilling enigmas? Stick with us and let's find out together. The story begins on a cold February morning in 1855 in Devon, England. The region had been blanketed by a recent snowfall, leaving the landscape pristine. The small villages of the estuary were waking up to what should have been a normal day. But soon, whispers of something strange began circulating. Residents woke to find a series of hoof-like prints pressed into the fresh snow. They were unlike anything the villagers had ever seen. Narrow, cloven marks, spanning great distances. The most unsettling detail? The tracks appeared to be in a single file, as if made by a two-legged creature. Fear spread quickly as villagers examined the tracks. They seemed to travel in a straight line over all kinds of terrain. The prints led across frozen rivers, through walled gardens, and even over rooftops, making the townsfolk question how any living creature could have navigated such obstacles. People were baffled, and theories ranged from the mundane, escaped livestock or strange birds, to the extraordinary. This strange phenomenon was dubbed the Devil's Footprints, casting a sinister shadow over the day. Word of the mysterious footprints spread fast. As more villagers joined the investigation, they found that the hoof-like tracks spanned nearly 100 miles across the Devon countryside. Even more bizarre, they discovered that the tracks passed through obstacles that should have been impassable. The footprints went over high fences and across the tops of houses without any signs of disruption, leaving investigators puzzled as to how such a feat could be achieved. Local farmers, hunters, and trackers were called upon to help identify the prints, but no one could provide a solid explanation. Many noted that while the prints resembled those of cloven-hoofed animals, they were far too uniform and linear to belong to any known creature. Additionally, no animal could cover such vast distances in such a short amount of time, leading to speculation that something otherworldly might be at play. The townsfolk formed search parties, following the trail as best they could. Some braved the bitter cold, determined to catch whatever was responsible for the footprints. But despite their efforts, they found nothing. The creature or force behind the tracks remained elusive. Anxiety grew as people wondered whether they were dealing with an ordinary animal or something far more sinister. As the search continued, explanations for the footprints grew wilder and more imaginative. The religiously inclined saw the marks as a sign of the devil himself. Stories from local folklore about demonic figures wandering the earth circulated among the villagers. Some even believed that the devil had come to claim the souls of the wicked or to curse the land. This belief was fueled by the strange nature of the prints, how they crossed impossible terrain and covered an enormous distance in one night. The clergy took notice, with some priests warning their congregations to repent and seek forgiveness for their sins. Fear began to grip the hearts of the more superstitious, and people started lighting candles and hanging crosses outside their homes for protection. The townsfolk were on edge, their imaginations running wild. Even those who weren't typically religious found themselves fearing the worst, as no rational explanation seemed to fit the strange occurrences. Amidst the religious panic, others turned to folklore. Some connected the tracks to the Wild Hunt, a mythical ghostly procession of spirits that haunted the skies in times of great turmoil. Others spoke of witches or fairies, mischievous beings from folklore who could shapeshift or cause mysterious phenomena. The eerie atmosphere in Devon made it easy for the supernatural explanations to gain traction. While supernatural theories dominated local gossip, there were also those who sought a more rational explanation. Naturalists, scientists, and skeptics arrived in Devon, eager to offer alternative viewpoints. Some argued that the footprints were the result of unusual atmospheric conditions that caused common animals to move in strange ways. Others suggested that the tracks might have been made by hopping mice or escaped kangaroos from traveling circuses, though no such animals were confirmed to be in the area. Another theory posited that the prints were the result of hoaxers or pranksters, perhaps using stilts or strange tools to create the appearance of a mysterious creature. However, the sheer distance the tracks covered and the variety of terrain they crossed made this theory less plausible to the locals. As scientists measured the footprints, they noted that the tracks appeared to be perfectly aligned, as though they had been created with machine-like precision. This led to speculation that perhaps a new, unknown species of animal was responsible. However, the fact that no physical creature was ever spotted threw this theory into doubt. Despite the scientific community's best efforts, they could not definitively explain the origin of the footprints, leaving the mystery unsolved. The media quickly caught wind of the strange events in Devon. Newspapers from across England began publishing sensationalized stories about the devil's footprints. Headlines screamed about demonic visitation and supernatural forces at play. Journalists interviewed terrified villagers, documenting their accounts of the mysterious tracks and the panic that had ensued. The press played a significant role in shaping public perception of the event. Many of the articles were exaggerated, leading to even more widespread fear and speculation. The story spread beyond Devon, with people across the country, and even in other parts of Europe, becoming captivated by the mystery. Letters to the editor flooded in from readers proposing their own theories, ranging from the plausible to the ridiculous. Some skeptics accused the media of fueling hysteria, arguing that the event had been blown out of proportion. But for the villagers of Devon, the footprints were all too real, and the constant media attention only heightened their fear. The story became a national sensation, and soon people from across the country were traveling to Devon to see the mysterious tracks for themselves. Throughout the ordeal, numerous witnesses came forward with their own strange encounters related to the footprints. Some claimed to have seen shadowy figures moving in the early morning hours, just before the tracks were discovered. Others reported hearing eerie, unexplainable sounds in the night, whispers, howls, or the clattering of hooves in the darkness. One particularly chilling account came from a farmer who insisted he saw a creature resembling a large, dark figure with glowing red eyes. The figure, he claimed, seemed to move with unnatural speed and agility. While some dismissed the farmer's story as an overactive imagination, it added to the growing sense of dread among the villagers. In contrast, some witnesses offered more mundane explanations, suggesting that the tracks were simply the result of an animal or even a prank. But these voices were drowned out by the more fantastical stories, as people seemed more willing to believe in the supernatural than in rational explanations. The eyewitness accounts only deepened the mystery, making it clear that something very strange had happened in Devon. As public interest in the case grew, the British government decided to intervene. Officials from the Home Office were sent to Devon to investigate the strange occurrences and to provide reassurance to the terrified villagers. The government investigators, however, were met with frustration. Despite their best efforts, they could find no concrete evidence to explain the phenomenon. The government agents interviewed local residents, took measurements of the footprints, and even consulted with scientists, but the investigation yielded no clear answers. Some villagers were suspicious of the government's involvement, believing that officials were trying to cover up something sinister. In the end, the official report concluded that the footprints were likely the result of natural causes, perhaps a rare animal or atmospheric phenomenon. However, this explanation did little to calm the fears of the villagers, who remained convinced that something far more nefarious was at play. The government's involvement only added another layer of intrigue to the mystery, as some speculated that officials knew more than they were letting on. In the weeks following the discovery of the footprints, life in Devon gradually returned to normal. The strange tracks eventually disappeared, and no new sightings were reported. However, the mystery of the devil's footprints left a lasting impact on the community. For years, the event was the subject of local gossip, with people sharing stories of that eerie February morning and speculating about what might have caused the tracks. Some villagers remained convinced that the devil himself had visited their land, while others believed that a natural explanation would eventually be found. The mystery became a part of Devon's folklore, passed down through generations as a cautionary tale of the unknown. Although the fear subsided, the footprints were never forgotten. Historians and paranormal enthusiasts would revisit the case over the years, but the mystery remained unsolved. To this day, the devil's footprints continue to captivate the imagination, a reminder of how easily fear and folklore can intertwine with reality. In the years that followed, the devil's footprints became a subject of fascination for historians, scientists, and paranormal investigators alike. With the advent of modern technology, researchers attempted to revisit the case using new methods of analysis. Satellite imagery, for example, was used to map the exact locations of the footprints in an effort to determine if any geographical or environmental factors could explain the phenomenon. Some modern researchers suggested that the tracks could have been caused by an unusual combination of meteorological events, such as freezing rain and thawing snow, creating impressions that resembled hoof prints. Others theorized that the marks could have been made by some now-extinct species of animal that had evaded detection at the time. Despite these new efforts, no conclusive explanation has been found. The mystery of the devil's footprints continues to defy rational analysis, leaving room for speculation and debate. As more people delve into the case, the story has taken on a life of its own, becoming a symbol of the unknown and a reminder that some mysteries may never be fully explained. The legend of the devil's footprints has endured for more than a century and a half, becoming a permanent part of Devon's cultural heritage. The story has inspired countless books, documentaries, and even films, each offering its own interpretation of what might have happened on that fateful winter morning. The event has become a classic example of how fear and mystery can grip a community, transforming an unexplained phenomenon into a powerful legend. The story has also become a point of interest for paranormal enthusiasts, who view the devil's footprints as one of the most compelling pieces of evidence for the existence of the supernatural. Each year, visitors come to Devon hoping to catch a glimpse of the mysterious tracks or to experience something out of the ordinary. For the people of Devon, the devil's footprints are more than just a spooky tale. They are a reminder of the thin line between the natural and the supernatural, the known and the unknown. The story endures as a symbol of the mysteries that continue to elude human understanding, a puzzle that refuses to be solved. Whether the work of pranksters, animals, or something more sinister, the devil's footprints remain one of England's most enduring mysteries, captivating the imagination and inspiring curiosity to this day.